Our Luis Suarez biography provides you with info about his childhood story, early life, parents, family facts, wife, children, personal life and lifestyle. Yes, you've probably seen him biting a player in a World Cup match, but putting aside his weakness, the Uruguayan is indeed a true elite among football forwards, nicknamed El Pistolero, which means the gunfighter. Luis Alberto Suarez Diaz was born on the 24th day of January 1987 to his mother, Sandra Suarez, a housekeeper, and father, Rodolfo Suarez, a former soldier and ex-footballer, in Salto, Uruguay. The Uruguayan footballer is the fourth of 7 children born to the union between his parents. Regarding his family background and ethnicity, Suarez is a Uruguayan national of mixed race, African, Spanish and Uruguayan roots. Records also indicate that he had a black grandfather. The football forward grew up in the Cerro neighborhood in Salto alongside his 7 brothers and not a single sister. Little Suarez had a first-hand experience of poverty but lived a happy life as his lower-class family lived completely at peace in his village. Like most kids his age at the time, Suarez was casually drawn to football, which he played with his peers to pass the time happily at his hometown's local team, Sportivo Artiga. It wasn't long before Suarez's family relocated to Uruguay's capital, Montevideo, after his father secured employment at El Trigal Biscuit Factory in Montevideo. The then 7-year-old didn't fancy joining the family and as a result, stayed back at Salto with his loving grandmother, Mrs. Da Rosa, for about a month. Suarez later had no choice but to join the rest of his family after his mother secured a cleaning job at the central bus terminal of Montevideo called Tres Cruces. It was at Montevideo that the happy-go-lucky kid requested that he should be enrolled at Arita FC in La Blanqueada, a request that was made by the 8-year-old even though his school at Tres Cruces had its sporting activities. The development proved that young Suarez was not only confident in his football skills but ready to build on them in a competitive environment. However, he had a hard time adapting to the way of life in the city. We came to a city where it was practically impossible to play barefoot on the grass. They also talked differently there and of course, often made fun of me, but I had to get used to all of that as best as I could. Suarez reveals in the book Vamos que Vamos. Notwithstanding, Suarez continued playing for Arita FC and, not long after he caught the attention of a scout, Wilson Perez, who offered him the opportunity to build a professional career in football at the Nacional youth team. However, Suarez grew to become a distracted teen who lacked focus and began drinking and keeping bad company. So much was his distraction that he failed to gain promotion from Nacional's 7th team and faced possible release. From 12 to 14, I went through a phase in which the football wasn't going well for me, and I didn't want to study. Also, I didn't like to train. I only liked playing the games, and that way, it was going to be very difficult for me to achieve something. Notes: Suarez in the book Vamos que Vamos. Wilson Perez, who had earlier brought Suarez to Nacional youth team, came to Suarez's rescue by offering him another opportunity to get his acts together and prove himself at the club. Young Suarez took the opportunity and acted accordingly after realizing he could help his family in the future and get a fancy football boot if he stuck to football. I thought about my family, my brothers, and resolved that I'll be able to help them if I go far in football. Next, I had to get on with it. I also looked at some teammates who turned up to training in boots and thought, if you want those boots you've got to train, Suarez reveals, in the book, Vamos que Vamos. Suarez rose through the ranks of Nacional and, in 2005, helped his side win the 2005-06 Uruguayan League with 10 goals in 27 matches. His impressive performances subsequently earned him moves to Groningen, Ajax, Liverpool, and finally, Barcelona, where he was signed for £64.98 million, €82.3 million, to become one of the most expensive players at the time. The rest, as they say, is history. Luis Suarez is a married man. We bring you factual details about his dating history and marital life, including how he met and married his wife Sofia Balbi. For starters, there are no records of Suarez's past relationship as he is only known to be with his present partner for decades. Suarez met Sofia Balbi while he was a troubled 15-year-old kid trying to establish himself at Nacional youth team. It was Sofia who offered Suarez support and encouragement and made him focused at the time. Although the lovebirds were separated for a while after Sofia's father relocated with his entire family to Spain, they were once more reunited after Suarez convinced Sofia's parents to let her join him in the Netherlands while he was with FC Groningen. Between 2006-2007, the duo took their relationship to the ultimate level by getting married 2 years later, in 2009. Their marriage is blessed with 3 cute children, a daughter Delphina, born August 5, 2010, Benjamin, born September 26, 2013, as well as Lauti, born October 24, 2010. The baller has, over the last decade, grown to become very controversial. He is one of the most controversial and widely misunderstood players in football. Little do many realize something, that a poverty-ridden childhood experience is a reason for Suarez's actions. Also, the hard life events of his teens. The player who initially grew up learning how to win and celebrate victories has not strayed from treading the victorious path, as he passionately hates losing. When I was a child, I never liked to lose. From 7 years old, I started to do competitions and things like that, and I never liked to lose, he revealed to Daily Mail. As the years went by, Suarez grew to become a bad-tempered teen. He got frustrated with the situations around him, particularly his parents' divorce and economic hardship. Also, his inability to get a football boot when he desperately needed one. Thus, he developed a mild, monstrous persona and became one who would trade morals to do what he knew best: winning. I even want to win when playing games with my wife Sophia and kids. I can't help it, he admitted to Daily Mail. Notwithstanding, Suarez's off-pitch personality portrays him as an ideal friend to many, as well as a loving husband and father. In the same light, he has body tattoos that communicate his appreciation for family. His hobbies include playing video games and spending time with his family. The Barca legend is not a fan of showbiz despite having an estimated net worth of $70 million. Similarly, his exquisite homes in both the United Kingdom and Uruguay do not receive attention, especially from the press, which is solely centered on the controversies surrounding him. However, he is often seen driving different brands of cars, including Range Rover sports SUV, BMWs, Cadillacs, and Audis. Luis Suarez Untold facts: Suarez headbutted a referee for giving him a red card when he was a 16-year-old at Nacional youth team. We have found him guilty of biting players of the opposing team 3 times. First was during his professional career with Ajax when he bit PSV's Otman Baka. Subsequent victims were Chelsea player Bronislav Ivanovic, while Suarez was with Liverpool, as well as Italy defender Giorgio Chiellini during the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. While he was at Liverpool, he became the first player in Premier League history to score 3 hat-tricks against the same club, Norwich City. Football authorities found him guilty of racially abusing Patrice Evra, a judgment which Suarez disputes to this day. Ranked by Spanish football website El Gol Digital as 5th in the world's list of dirtiest players, Suarez has been widely accused of diving and has admitted to pulling off the ugly act. Suarez ended the 6-year dominance of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi by winning La Liga's Pichichi Trophy in 2016, and without a doubt has left a legacy with Uruguay for the likes of Real Madrid's Alvaro Rodriguez and Liverpool's Darwin Núñez to follow.